Guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about backswing depth. So straight away there at the start of this video, you'll have seen a golf swing that was too deep, one that was too steep, and one which was mine, which was hopefully quite good. And I'm going to be giving you a really good reference point to understand what the correct depth of backswing is, because if you're trying to hit a draw from a position that's too steep, it's going to be really, really difficult. If you're trying to hit and shape shots and fade the ball from a position that's too deep, once again, it's going to be really hard to do so. Before we get started in today's video, if you would like to avail of 3 free videos, that's right, 3 free videos, head over to my website. You can actually click the link down in the description below. In that link, you're going to avail of a grip video, a posture video, and a setup video that is from my golf game blueprint, which you can also have access to. It will give you tips and drills to do from everything from literally gripping the golf club all the way up to bombing the driver and everything in between, including short game and putting. So it's something that can really help you, whether if you're a beginner golfer or if you're a scratch golfer just trying to get back to basics before the start of the season. So recently, one of my students actually was saying to me that he's trying to shape the ball. And we had this really in-depth discussion via voice notes through the Skillest app about how he was trying to do it, why he was trying to do it, because he's always been a player that's drawn the ball. So he actually has always been a player that got a little bit too deep, but nothing too worrying. He's a one handicap golfer, so we weren't going to really change that unnecessarily. But he was also in a position where he's never going to be able to hit a fade from there without some serious manipulation. And when you get onto a golf course and you only want to try and hit 1 or 2 fades from a position that doesn't want you to fade it, the likelihood is that you're going to make a mistake. Okay, so my question to him was, first of all, your fade is probably not a real fade. It's probably a push fade. He probably keeps the club too deep and then pushes it with a little fade, which is absolutely fine if you've got control of it. So I wanted him to understand his backswing positioning doesn't really constitute a fade, but it will always constitute a draw. Now, for you guys out there now, that I see a lot of players that actually get too steep that are trying to draw the ball. So if you're not in the position to do the shot, you need to rethink your model of what you're trying to do. So first of all, what is the perfect position? So as I get to the top of this backswing, I'm going to have approximately 90 degrees turn, the kind of right shoulder blade pointing back to the target, 45-degree hip turn, body weight kind of pressured a bit more into my right hip. And as I get to the top, the butt of this club should be from a straight line position, point to my right ankle, just straight line, straight down into my right ankle. That would be what I would class as perfect, okay? Players that get too deep, so basically become almost too draw bias, are those that get that lead arm, left arm, lead arm, more across the chest as opposed to the shoulders, and the butt of the club is more outside the body. So as you can see there, it's outside of my heel. So if players that do this, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You're going to come into the golf ball probably a little bit more from the inside, and you're going to hit more of a pronounced draw, not on that occasion. Or you can hit a really nice one. Or you'll hit a bit more of a push, but you're not going to fade the golf ball. So if you need to fade it round the corner, your golf swing is not designed for that, okay? Players that get too steep will look a little bit more like this, where the lead arm is higher than this shoulder line and the butt of the club doesn't reach the right ankle. Maybe it goes and lands on top of the laces of the shoe or the toe. You're not going to draw the ball very easily without some serious manipulation on the way down. So you're more likely to hit a fade, which on this occasion didn't. Or you could hit what I've just hit there, which is a tiny little pull. But again, you're probably not going to draw it. The extreme versions of these swings can be much more detrimental. Also with poor face control, if you get to club 2 inside, poor face control, you can hit a massive push and a push slice because you can leave the face open. Opposite attracts as well from the top of the backswing when you get too steep, and you can hit a really big pull hook. So understanding what your top of the backswing position does to the ball is really, really key. Now, to get to that kind of neutral top of the backswing position, I think it's really important to build the takeaway. So as you take your setup, the perfect takeaway position to start to create that neutral top of the swing would be having the golf club there more parallel to the ground, straight down the target line, with the club just on the outside of your toe. So about a club head or so outside of your right toe. Okay, we don't want it inside here because that's going to be too deep. And we don't want it too far away from the body because that'll probably create something that's too steep. So this lead arm moves back into that position, club parallel to the ground, pointing down the target line. Right elbow now stays hinged. And as I rotate up to the top of the backswing, I'm looking at feeling that my left wrist is working towards my right shoulder. So again, this is helping me create that depth of turn and come into the ball more neutral. And just as I've done there is how you should be practicing. I've slowly built the backswing. I've got into position 1, got to position 2 at the top of the backswing, and then I've hit from there. So when you are practicing, it's really important to kind of slow things down, preset yourself into the correct position, take your eyes off the golf ball, check it, check you're happy with that position, then finish the swing, and then hit through from there. And that all the time now you're aware of the feel, you're aware of the visual, you can relate it to your swing. And then when you're actually on the golf course, you'll kind of be able to feel if something's not quite right and slightly going wrong. But the quality of your practice session will be determined by how you practice. So break things down within the swing, hit short swings, hit longer swings, hit slow swings, hit faster swings. Always look away from the ball and check your positions. Be aware of where your hands and arms are and the club is. And it will make you a much, much better player. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Also, as I mentioned before, if you want to get those free videos, go down into the description, click on the link and enjoy. Thank you for watching.